In the years following World War II, Britain faced a monumental task, rebuilding a nation shattered by conflict.
A call went out across the Commonwealth, an invitation for citizens to come to the mother country to help fill labour shortages and reconstruct the economy.
Among the first to answer were thousands of people from the Caribbean.
In 1948, the ship HMT Empire Windrush docked at Tilbury, Essex, carrying nearly 500 passengers from Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, and other islands.
This moment marked the beginning of a new chapter in British history.
These arrivals, and the many who followed them over the next 2 decades, became known as the Windrush generation.
They were British subjects, invited to build a life here.
They worked as nurses in the newly formed NHS, drove the buses that kept London moving, and labored in factories that powered the nation's recovery.
They brought with them vibrant cultures, new flavours, and a tireless work ethic.
They settled, raised families, and became an integral part of the fabric of British society.
For decades, they considered Britain their home because it was.
Their children and grandchildren were born here, schooled here, and grew up as British as anyone else. They were promised a future, a stake in the country they helped to build.
But in the 2010s, that promise began to crumble. A dark chapter began to unfold, one that would expose a systemic failure at the heart of the British government.
This is the story of the Windrush scandal, a tale of injustice, bureaucratic cruelty. to ensure the process is fair, transparent, and compassionate. The Windrush scandal is more than just a bureaucratic error. It's a stark reminder of how easily people's lives can be destroyed by careless policy making.
It exposed a deep-seated institutional ignorance of Britain's own colonial history and a failure to recognize the contributions of a generation that helped build the modern country.
The hostile environment policy created a culture of suspicion that unfairly targeted people based on their ethnicity and country of origin.
The legacy of the scandal continues to be felt today.
It has shattered trust between communities and the government, a trust that will take generations to rebuild. But it has also sparked a powerful movement for justice.
The victims, their families, and their allies continue to fight.
They campaign for a more humane immigration system, for the lessons of Windrush to be properly learned, and for the full and fair compensation they are owed.
The story of the Windrush generation is a fundamental part of British history.
It's a story of hope, contribution, and resilience.
The scandal is a stain on that history, but the fight for justice shows the enduring strength of the human spirit.
It is a fight to ensure that no one ever again has to prove their right to call Britain home.
We must remember their stories, honor their contributions, and demand that the promises made to the Windrush generation are finally and fully kept. Thank you for watching. In the years following World War II, Britain faced a monumental task, rebuilding a nation shattered by conflict.
A call went out across the Commonwealth, an invitation for citizens to come to the mother country to help fill labour shortages and reconstruct the economy.
Among the first to answer were thousands of people from the Caribbean.
In 1948, the ship HMT Empire Windrush docked at Tilbury, Essex, carrying nearly 500 passengers from Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, and other islands.
This moment marked the beginning of a new chapter in British history.
These arrivals, and the many who